Okay, welcome to the Dublin Academy of Maths. Right, now today we're doing we're on Series 7, Episode 1, Leaving Cert Ordinary Level Maths, and it's the line, coordinate geometry of the line, and it's on paper 2. Okay, now here are a couple of questions. Find the distances and find the midpoint of the line segment. Okay, so find the distance between these two. Okay, so it seems okay. Now, remember, no fear, accept and make mistakes or make errors. Now that's very much needed in maths, which means that you make errors and you see where your problems lie. Okay, practice, practice, practice. Questions. Email dublinacademy@gmail.com. Right, now today we're doing the distance. We're starting our series on the line. And today we're going to deal with the distance between 2 points. Okay, the distance between 2 points is equal to distance implies x2 minus x1 all to be squared plus y2 minus y1 all to be squared. Now, let's just explain a little bit how this works. Okay, so you got a line there, and you got to find the distance from one point to the other. Okay, in actual fact, what you're doing is you're getting the hypotenuse here. So you're getting the length of this line plus that line, and you're getting the square of that line. So the square of that line, x squared, is equal to the square of this side plus the square of that side. That means that x is equal to the square root of that side plus that side. And this is exactly what this is doing. Okay? Right, so it just takes a moment of time to understand why this is happening. It's happening because it's Pythagoras' theorem. Right, so the lengths of line is this formula. And you have to memorize it. So, for example, find the distance between A, which is 2, 1, and B, which is 5, 2. Okay, now the first thing you do is you label the points. Okay, so that's x1, y1, x2, y2, and they don't change. Okay, so D is equal to the square root of x2, 5, minus x1, 2, all to be squared, plus y2, 2, minus y1, 1, all to be squared. D is equal to square root of 5 minus 2 is 3 squared, 2 minus 1 is 1 squared, 1 squared is equal to 1, 3 squared is equal to 9, 9 plus 1, D is equal to root 10. Okay? And that's it. Now, you will never get, because we got the square root of 10, the answer is not plus or minus 10, it's plus 10. Okay, just in case you get the square root of 49, for example, and you know it's 7. Well, it's not plus or minus 7. In this case, because we're dealing with area, we are talking about positiveness. Okay, so that's why we don't find a negative in this answer, in this question. Next, find the midpoint. The midpoint of a line segment, for example. Segment, which is just it's a connection between 2 points on the x and y axis. That's it. Okay, find the midpoint of a line segment that contains the point A, B, using the formula. Okay, so now you add the x's and you divide by 2. And you add the y's and you divide by 2. Right, we'll use the same point again. A is 2, 1, x1, y1, and B is 5, 2. x2, y2. Okay, so you just follow x1 plus x2, x1, 2 plus 5 all over 2. y1 plus y2, 1 plus 2 over 2. So you're really just following the formula. Okay, it's not that difficult. The only times you make it difficult is when you start inventing stories. You start inventing answers. Okay, so you just follow what you know logically. Okay, so don't invent. Right, so that's that. That's how to find the midpoint of a line segment. So that would be a point there, for example. Right? So you can find the middle point. You add the x values and you divide by 2, and you add the y values and you divide by 2. Let's find another, let's find some minuses. So let's say we have minus 5 and minus 2, for example. And we have 4 minus 1, for example, on another point. So we've got 2 points here, A and B. Using the formula is the x's over 2 and the y's over 2. So you add them. Right, so and next, first of all, you use x1, y1, x2, y2. Now you have to do this, okay, so you don't confuse. This is just, there's no inventiveness here. It just requires you to slot them in. x1 minus 5, x2 plus 4, okay, all over 2, and you got y1 minus 2 plus y2, which is minus 1. Okay, now be careful of that, you know, the minus carries, the minus is stronger, okay? So you've got a half, and you've got minus, what's this going to be? Minus 3 over 2. Now, when I do these questions, you should be thinking along the same lines as I am. Thinking about the answer, watching the answer. It's the same when I do any questions. You should be thinking about it, you know, maybe an hour later. Why did I do this? You know, getting interested in the whole subject. Right? So there you go. Now the problem is here when you have minuses. Okay, so minus 2 plus minus 1 is minus 1. Okay, so remember that. Plus, you know that minus carries. Okay, so minus 1 is on the 1. And that's your answer. So you would say the midpoint of the line AB, that's denotes the line, is equal to a half minus 3 over 2. Okay? Now they won't make them simple for you, but do you understand that you will get fractions? Now these questions, pretty simple. This is the start of the game, so it's pretty simple. And you see them here. Okay? There's not much there. You find the distance between each of the following. And watch your signs. Keep doing the questions. And we'll see how you get on after that. Now remember, if you have a problem, you contact me, Michael Dalton. Okay, now my teacher number is, I'm City of Dublin Vocational Educational Committee, Vocational School, and my teacher number is 304791. Okay, Michael Dalton, and I'm Maths and Chemistry. Okay, do those questions. That's great, thank you. Bye bye.